fellas. Look, boy, you in the danger room. Yeah, you in the danger room. Come on now. It's like a dream. Everything moving fast, but you moving slow. Change the tempo. Watch, we on time. Hey, now you know.
Yes, fellas, welcome back. How you doing? So I've just pressed record for the second time because it's getting super late here. Been grinding, was grinding Daily Race C for around 16 and a half hours. So been at this game for about 18 and a half hours now. So much so, the first time I recorded this, I didn't even have the microphone plugged in. So we were doing the A+ grind. Been getting hassled a little bit lately that we need to move up into the super secret room. So we thought we'd better get off our backside and get some racing done. So we've had a decent qualifying lap time, which has allowed us to get a few poles and a few wins throughout the day. And so at the start of this race, we were sitting on about 49,000 points, right on the door of the 50k. And yeah, we get it. So I thought I'd make a video just to record the event. So this is the race, fellas. This is the race where we moved from A to A+. So starting 5th, that was about the lowest I started all day. Don't think I'd started lower than 3rd actually. So 5th, pretty competitive field. A few blokes with some decently quick times here. As you can see, Revo up there in the Viper. Not sure why he's picked the Viper. Probably not the best car for this track. Maybe just wants a little bit of a challenge. Force, giving him all the hassle in the world, sitting on his rear bar, pushing him along. So Ray's got this in the bag at the moment, out in front. Looks like he's already in fuel saving mode. As Revo gives Force a little bit of a nudge there. He managed to jump that chicane pretty nicely by the looks of it. Made a little bit of time up. So yeah, you're looking for this race, looking to try and do 207s. Consistent, that should give you a pretty decent race time. And if you're in the Renault, you want to shift about halfway. That'll avoid you having to stop. As Revo runs madly deep there. Thought we were going to get a little run in it, but the Viper has way too many ponies hidden under the bonnet. And we are not going to get any closer. So yeah, if you can select yourself some 207s, shift halfway, that should see you, you know, anywhere from 19 to 19:20 in race time. Minutes, that is. Minutes and seconds. So yeah, a little bit delusional. Had my Kimi Räikkönen ice cream. Had a few Red Bulls to make it through the afternoon. Pretty wide for this race as Revo runs deep. That Viper must be an absolute handful to drive. As we get some sweet purple. Sweet lap 2 purple. Everyone's getting purples. They're just giving that shit away. Revo runs a little bit deep here again, does he? Yes, he does. So Force is starting to close in as well now. He's sitting at about 0.8. And that's a nice little penalty there. So we'll just make an effort to sit on his rear bar, and we should get that done in the penalty zone. As he makes another mistake down in there, and that should give us the inside. Gonna try and fight for it. Don't have a whole lot of horsepower, but Revo, the gentleman there, gave us plenty of room. Now just check out this. He's just going to turn the taps on. Must be, how many litres is a Viper? But that comes straight back past, pulls out of the slipstream, and he's going to go up the inside. We're going to try the cut back here. Textbook, D-Rick, eat your heart out. Absolutely, that's how you do it. That's how you get it done. And so we maintain that P2 as Force is hanging it around the outside there. Is he going to hang that around the outside? Yes, he does. Gives Revo a little bit of a touch. And he's through as well. So poor old Revo Brian. So that's a lap 3 purple. That's a little bit significant. But Force is on the move. So sitting about half a second back there, I think. Yeah, look at that, what a lunge. Huge lunge there. Coming from 5/10 back is a long way back. So we give him a little bit of hazards, just to let him know that he's lunging. Just all over the back of us now, so we're going to roll off the throttle early here and let him through, and then we'll sit in his slipstream, conserve some more fuel, and if we're lucky we might even get towed all the way up to Ray. So Revo trying to come with him now, sitting there at about 7/10. Just look at Force, he is absolutely wringing that thing's neck. I don't know if I'd ever choose the Evo to battle this. Obviously more confident in his driving ability than I am. As we almost send it in there backwards. Nice little catch. Force just drifted away from the apex, but it doesn't seem to affect his speed. As we lose in touch with Revo, are we? He looks like he's back over a second behind now. So this lap time looking decent as well, but Force is still pulling away. Might inherit himself another fastest lap there if he's lucky. So lap 4 already. So race starting to unwind. Looking for a podium from here. Actually probably looking at a P2. I'm putting all my money on Force has to pit, and that will completely ruin his race. And Ray looks like he's doing enough to save fuel. A lot of people choosing the Honda. Don't know if I would choose it. Seems to be a bit tail endy-ish. I haven't driven it in a while, but every time I do, it doesn't strike me as a good car. So Force well and truly dropped us now. He is absolutely out of there. We're going to get a penalty for that. Super weird, that penalty there. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, as God knows how we just missed that pit entrance there. Must have been a blade of grass in it, or a coat of paint, or any such idiom. So Force sitting all over the back of Ray. Come on, boys, battle. You know you want to waste time battling. Just look at this defensive move from Ray. Gives Force the inside for that line, so he's got to hang it around the outside here. Doesn't get the cut back done. Just too good there. Nice defensive driving as we check the fuel. 5 units of fuel remaining, 54% left. No, what's that? 5 laps remaining. So we've got way too much fuel on board. Time to start revving it out. Burn some of that. It's probably those slow lap times on the first, second and third laps, saving too much fuel. So Force gets the job done. Ray sitting at 1.1 seconds. Word on the street is I'll get slipstream out of that. Maybe not enough though. Really just going to have to send it through a couple of these corners. See if we can get that under a second. When it's under a second, I definitely can feel it. Got a few revs to use too. If we can get that down to maybe half a second, we can start running out the RPMs all the way to red line. So Ray looks like he wants to fight back there. So the end of lap 5, Force moves to the inside. Thankfully he's blocked Ray enough that has allowed us to pull right up on his rear bar in a matter of corners. So if you ask me, that's Force's race over. As soon as you pit, it is game over. Got to stay out. So Revo stays out. John Crossford, is it? He stayed out as well. He re-inherits P4. Revo back there at 2.7 now. It's time to seriously start applying pressure to Ray. Feels like, I don't know, we might have his measure here. Look at that, running them all the way to red line. So I'm not sure how many opportunities I'll get to overtake. If we get one, we're going to take it. The Renault just lacks a little bit of horsepower. Felt like we were going to get a run there, and then before you know it, the Honda NSX just pulls away. Try and go shallow there to see if there's any room, but there's not. Ray has it under control. Look at that, super cheeky. So that's what happens if you save a little bit of fuel early, you get to use it later. So we're trying to use all that excess fuel in an overtake move here. A little bit of dirt flicked up from Ray, that's given us all the confidence we need. Starting to get a little bit shaky, a little bit rattly. Have we got the inside here? No, we don't have the horsepower. Running wide, using all the road there. Sort of have to. Sacrifice too much time if you don't. So a little bit of mistake there. Gives Ray a breather. Still plenty of fuel to use though. 3 laps to go, 3.2 units. Well, 3.2 laps remaining with only 3 laps as we try to avoid murdering Ray then. Came in there super hot. Don't ask me what we were staring at. Definitely weren't concentrating. Just watch the way the back of that Honda dances around. It's given me all the confidence I need. Through here is where we can close right up on this Honda. Once again, we've given ourselves a bit of room to get a slipstream run on him. Just not enough horsepower. Apparently Renault has 1,000 horsepower. I can't find it. Using all those revs now. Not really an overtaking place up here, but if he short shifts, I might be able to get a chance. Once again, we've got to sit on his rear bar. Look at that, tucking right up close. A little bit of contact. Just to let him know, do not back off in the middle of the corner, mate. I'm carrying way too much speed. As we go to the cameraman view. Ray, are we going to stick it up the inside here? No horsepower. So there's a little wiggle from Ray, another little wiggle, and he shoots himself off into the grass. Poor bloke had been racing so well up until then. And are we going to see him in the picture? Yes, he's recovered. Looks like he's got a big enough gap over Revo. But if I recall correctly, I think that's already up over a second. And that, I'm afraid, will probably be the last time we see Ray this race. We had his number. So as we jump forward to the last lap now, Ray back down there at about 3.1 off the pace. Managed to keep it into the sixes. Have we got enough fuel? Gran Turismo warning me that I'm running low. Yes, I know, bro. It's my job. Run that fuel to the line. And there it is. From P5 to P1 and from A to A+. Yeah, what a night, what a day. Super pumped. 16-hour grind. I did something like 12, 13, 14 races today. Absolutely crazy. And it was good to have such a good race to get over the line. Yeah, shout out to Ferbs, Nitro, Elfie, all jumping online, having some party chats, getting me through. So there it is for confirmation. Got ourselves a sweet race win in the top right hand corner. There it is, the A+, illustrious. Never thought it'd happen on my profile, but it has. So thanks for hanging around, having a watch, and we'll be smashing out some streams this week. And I'll see all you cats soon.